You are now tuned into the Soul Table.
Wait, Nike is making moves despite the fact that they're flatlining in the market. They have decided to take the innovative approach to regaining the throne. Still sitting pretty far behind ASIC, New Balance. What's another one? Saucony, Puma. Saucony. I'm sorry, Philly, right? But sitting mightily behind them. But they decided to go into the more innovative direction, and they actually decided to come out and link up with Hyperice and create a boot, a wearable boot that massages your foot with heat and ice. On top of that, they made a vest that also cools down and warms up your body to your peak athletic condition. And it's I ain't gonna hold you. That shit crazy. Like I sent you the pictures. You was like, yeah, you ain't think the shoe was wearable. I found out it actually is. I'm not saying you can run ball in it.
No, I don't think it's like wearable to the point where you could like keep walking or whatever the case may be.
Right.
I think it's probably one of them jumps where you got to sit down.
Oh, but
don't want to fuck it up.
But the fact that you are able to like so with the boot, you can actually walk in it. You just can't. You do your active shit in it. So you might.
I don't know. Do we call it a boot? I mean, it's big.
I mean, it looked like a boot.
But,
he's number one.
I mean, like it's it looked like a regular sneaker. The only person that seemed to have it on was LeBron James. So,
but the crazy part is they gave it to all the Olympians too. So I guess they're the A group, the testers. And to be honest with you, I would like to be a part of that group, Nike. I'm not saying, you can send me something that I count for, but I'm gonna put it to use. I'm gonna wear it everywhere. Concerts, bar mitzvahs, I go to those. I've been to 2. Very weird. Baby showers, especially if they got on Barberry, I'm putting that on.
I'm not gonna hold you. After a basketball game, it would be nice to have something like that.
Get off the court and have your foot rubbed. Like you can't ask somebody just to rub your foot. It just don't go down that way. It just don't. But like if they put that, in general or pop for people to get general release or something like that, like would that be something that obviously you'd be interested in? But what price point would you actually get in on that?
I think for me, it's probably gonna be like a $725 shoe.
$725, God damn.
Maybe more.
I can see it being more because like when they did the Hyper Adapt, what you pay for that?
All right, so which one we talking about? We talking about the Earls?
Yeah.
All right, so the Earls they retailed for they did retail for $7, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure because you had to get it wasn't a raffle. It was like you had to get like an invitation. It was like from all the Nike. What do you call that? It was whoever was a Nike member for a long time, and then they sent you something, and afterwards you had to do the little thing to go to New York.
So it was like the early drop joint where you had to hurry up down.
It wasn't really an early drop. It wasn't a hurry up type situation. You signed up for it, they got back to you, and then that was that. Right. And then I remember Tiffany Bears being there because I got my joint signed. I need to wear them. Matter of fact, I haven't even worn them yet.
Damn, that was some time ago, champ. Them bitches might fall apart.
Them bitches, no, they good.
No, I'm joking. I know you're not. I know my shoe.
No, I mean, bro, this is all right. So Nike has always been at the top.
Yes.
When it comes to like innovation, like remember the contacts? Yeah. They have for the football players. I like that LeBron did this because LeBron, he obviously spent so much money on his.
But he ain't spend money on. He ain't spend no money on that. I can't.
I'm saying like he was the one that brought it together, the Hyperice and the Nike to bring something like this together, because he's the one that uses Hyperice on his body,
right,
as much as anybody. So this little collaboration, if it wasn't for LeBron, I'm not gonna sit up here and like leave him out of this shit.
But can you really call it little? Because if LeBron is involved, like he got his hands in just about everything, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a barbershop, whether it's a movie, whether it's a soccer team, he got his hands in it. That means it's going to become movement. I think personally, like
this might be a pre-order situation where you might like you might have to go on there. I don't think it might be a drop. I think it's probably gonna be like a pre-order situation.
Yeah, I think so.
They like where you just you pre-order it and then eventually it'll come to you like Junior how it was for the artifacts, the dunks. Like if y'all had paid attention. And not to go off topic, but if y'all paid attention to, everybody was scrambling on sneakers a few weeks ago trying to get them. And I mean, it was only 222 pairs on sneakers, if I'm not mistaken. No. It's 1,000 pairs that came out, but it was 222 pairs that came on the sneakers app. So I mean, like, bro, y'all didn't even have to go through all that. Me and Junior, I remember we was at work and wound up. I mean, Junior, I had showed it to him, and then he went and found this shit. He's like, "Oh, they dropping today." I'm like, "Fuck, they ain't." He sent me the link, and yeah, it was. Like, all you had to do was you could just pre-order. That was it. So everybody just slept on this shit. So I think that this is probably gonna be one of the pre-order type situations because it's gonna be expensive.
It is.
This ain't gonna be something cheap.
No.
I've never seen nothing that can massage and ice and heat and all that shit at the same time. And it looks good. It looked like a good sneaker to wear.
It do. I thought honestly, when I first saw like the blueprints for it, which obviously is actually out, I looked and was like, yo, where can I get this? Because it took me back to that what's the joint? The Comme des Garçons phone posits.
Yeah.
You know, that. Yeah. So I thought it was something like that. But like personally, I think it's a step in the right direction for Nike, because of the fact that they actually take the time to, like, they're not afraid to take that leap into the next like century, the next movement. Like, we want hoverboards, we want floating cars, where they up here making auto lace sneaks. Like, the faster they can get me to the Fifth Element life, like the Jetsons, like I want that.
Dead.
I know we probably gonna be going, but if you can get me just a little closer to that, I'm cool with it. And on top of that, I'm not saying this is the save all, like the say all be all that'll save Nike. But we ain't get one. They could do it with magnets, but you gonna get cancer.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Or your balls might fall off.
That's worth it.
All right, you won't have no more kids anyway. No more. But at the end of the day, like, I looked at that.
You sound like you mad about that.
What?
I don't want to work. I'm good. I got my one. I'm straight.
I am mad. I'm out here with like a 5-piece, and you just out here.
One daughter.
That's crazy.
One niece.
That man,
don't you like that?
He rolled the dice. But then you remember he was like, man, I really wanted a son, but I'm cool with a daughter. You ain't had no alternative. What you thought you were gonna get a dinosaur? What you thought you were gonna get a toaster? You seen that episode of the Cosby's when the dude's giving birth to like remote control cars and hoagies? You seen that shit. Cliff gave birth to a hoagie and a root beer soda, dog. Like, that shit was crazy. Like, Theo was pregnant. Who knocked Theo up?
And Kari, if you watching this, hi. You know what I mean? My best friend, dog. It's just,
all I'm saying is I like the fact that Nike takes the risk. Like, they're not afraid to do that. Other companies, they really are. Like, they don't take that, like, they're not gonna. None of them are gonna take. They're gonna take the initiative with comfort.
Well, you already know why they're gonna take. They're gonna take these risks
because they can do it.
Because they can. Yeah, they've been around.
But
Nike's still, no matter which way you want to call it.
But they're the blueprint for it, because you
Everything.
you can't go to the Air Mag and then not try to make it to another Air Mag. You can't give me nothing like that. You can't even give me a rendition of it. Otherwise, you got the guy, what's his name, Electro Kicks. He out here making Air Mags and auto lace sneaks, which is beyond me, fucking dope. But at the end of the day, what can you say?